From far across a mountain ridge, a high-pitched whistle cuts through the air. Then another answers. And somehow, without speaking a single word, two people just had a full conversation. This isn't a secret code. This isn't a game. This is real human language, spoken through whistles. And this village? It might be the last place on Earth where it's still alive. Nestled deep in Turkey's Pontic Mountains is Kusköy, the village of birds. Here, people don't just talk, they chirp, they trill, they send messages echoing over valleys. It's one of the most extraordinary traditions in the world, and yet most people have never even heard of it. But to understand why these villagers still speak like birds and why it's vanishing, we have to go back to the mountains. Kusköy sits high in the green, mist-covered folds of northern Turkey. Steep hills, deep ravines, homes perched like swallows' nests on narrow ridges. Here, voices don't travel far, but whistles do. For generations, villagers have carved paths across these slopes with their feet and with their sound. Long before phones, radios, or electricity, farmers would whistle messages across the valleys. This wasn't just a signal like "come home" or "danger." This was a full language with grammar, vocabulary, rhythm, and tone. Every whistle matches spoken Turkish, just reshaped through lips, teeth, and tongue. One villager said, "We can say anything, except whisper. That's the only thing our whistles can't do." But how did this language evolve? And how did the outside world even discover it? In 1967, researchers visited Kusköy, expecting to hear a few clever shepherds using basic signals. What they found blew their minds. They discovered a fully formed whistled language, used fluently by hundreds of villagers. Every syllable in Turkish had a matching whistle, based on pitch, duration, and rhythm. It wasn't just nouns. People were having full conversations, jokes, arguments, all in whistles. Even more remarkable, there were regional accents. One person could tell whether you were from Kusköy or the next village over, just by the way you whistled. Linguists confirmed it. This was one of the only true whistled languages left in the world. But why did it survive here and nowhere else? Life in Kusköy was never easy. There were no roads, no bridges, just mountains. Shouting didn't carry far, so whistling became a tool for survival. It was used to call family, to send messages to neighbors, and even to flirt across hillsides. It became part of daily life. In school, kids learned to whistle in class. Grandparents passed it down through games. Everyone knew how to do it, but then came paved roads and mobile phones. Suddenly, whistling felt old. By the early 2000s, researchers warned the language could vanish within a generation. But what happened next? No one expected. The people of Kusköy didn't give up. They launched the Bird Language Festival, a celebration of their unique culture. Competitions were held. Tourists came. Media outlets took notice. In 2017, UNESCO declared the whistled language of Kusköy an official part of humanity's intangible cultural heritage. Schools brought it back into classrooms, elders taught the next generation, and young people started whistling again, this time with pride. But then a new question emerged. Can a whistled language survive in the age of TikTok? Today, you can find Kusköy on YouTube. People post videos of whistled conversations. Kids film whistle challenges. Some even go viral. Some elders worry it's becoming entertainment. Others believe this might be the only way to keep it alive, because now there's less need to whistle. Why whistle across a valley when you can text? Why train your tongue when voice memos exist? But here's what keeps the tradition going. It's not just about communication, it's about connection to land, to history, to identity, and to understand that you have to listen not just to the sound, but to the silence around it. For Kusköy villagers, whistling is more than sound. It's a way of seeing the world. Every whistle depends on wind, terrain, and timing. They say it belongs to the mountain. Studies show that whistled languages activate both hemispheres of the brain, blending music, memory, and logic. It's rare, it's ancient, and it's human. But even more incredible, it was never designed by scientists. It was created by villagers who just needed a better way to talk. And somehow, they kept talking, generation after generation, through wind, distance, and time. There are only a few thousand people left who can speak in whistles. Most of them live in Kusköy, and in this tiny mountain village, there lives one of the richest languages on earth, a language you can't whisper, but one that whispers to the world, not through words, but through sound, through silence, and the space in between.